Up on a hillside, an old tree was growing. There was plenty of sunlight, the roots went deep into fertile soil, and there was plenty of water. This tree grew, and it knew that in its branches children could play. It knew that in the shade that it provided, families could grow. This tree loved being a tree. It knew that it was fulfilling its mission that God had given it, and it knew that it was doing it well. So, because it loved it so much, decided that it would grow even further, that it would extend itself as far as it could. And as it grew and it stretched its branches so high, suddenly it realized that its roots weren't bringing in enough water. Realized that its branches were growing brittle, and it seemed like there were more cloudy days than sunny ones. People would look at the tree and they'd say, well, I don't know that we should go there. It looks like it might crumble down right on top of us. And the tree began to notice that in its efforts to grow so large that it had lost some of its beauty. The very winds that came and ripped at the tree's branches were pulling the decay away and tumbling it down the hill until it came to rest in a small vale near the stream. And the branches would break down and become part of the soil, adding new nutrients, adding fertility to this once barren spot. And before long, a fruit fell from the big tree on the hill, and it rolled down into this new soil. As it broke down, the seed went into the ground, and the process of new life began. Springing forth from the earth, a new creation came. Its roots dug different channels to new sources of water. The flowers on its branches were a different color from the tree on the hill. The fruit which it provided was for a new generation. The shade which it gave comfort to people who for so long had been scorched by the sun. This new creation was standing on the hill next to this tree, which had provided all the material necessary for it to have birth and new life. And something interesting, something beautiful was happening just below the surface. This new creation was digging its roots to channels of new water and burrowing them all the way up the hill until the tree on the hill was able to take in some of this living water for itself. Its leaves grew once again, and when they fell in the fall, they blew down to the new creation and went back into the soil, providing new nutrients for the soil of this tree. The two trees on the hill were forever connected, made of the same material, offering up the same glory to God, the God who had made them and everything else. It's no secret that in North America, the institutional church has begun to decay in many places. There are still many places like Woodlawn that provide great fruit and do great ministry, but across our country, the church has often become brittle and broken away. But it is the mystery of our faith that new life springs from death. And when you look around this room, when you look at the people in this space, when you look at the people of Church Anew, I hope you see that we are taking on this potential for change, this potential to give church a new expression, and we are running with it. And tonight is about us saying to you, will you join us? Will you be a part of this? Because we need these new streams of living water. We need people with eyes to see a new vision of what the church could be. What if church was gathering your friends at your home? What if church was meeting your friends for lunch? What if church was sharing spiritual highs? What if church was taken outside of this building and into the world, weaved into our lives in everything that we do? Well, if that is church, I hope that is church anew.